One day, all of a sudden, a name I had long forgotten rose to the surface like ripples on water. I didn't call it out, yet the voice wrapped around me like the edge of a quiet shore. Into the dried up corner of my heart, a breeze gently seeped in. You stood at the fading edge of that day, like someone who could have been happy without me. Slowly you drifted away, and I asked nothing. Suddenly that song circled my lips, its lyrics half remembered, half lost. Even its setting felt like this riverside. Was it raining then? Did even the rain feel like your breath? The road I had come was one where everything left me behind. What remained were words unspoken, feelings never fully shared, and a song that stopped mid-verse. The words I love you always arrive too late, only when you could no longer hear them did they finally bloom. And I swallowed my sobs in silence. If that moment were to come again, could I finally sing the song I've kept within me only for you? But here in a today without you, what good is a song sung for you when you are no longer here? Suddenly, the person I was that day cries again through that old song. Was it raining then? Still I sing that day once more in tears. I left you, or maybe you left me. That no longer matters. What matters is every place and moment after that became yours. The bench you once smiled on, the alley we passed, even the bus that just drove by. In a crowd of strangers, someone called my name. It was your voice, but of course you weren't there. Still I turned around, you stood there as if you never left. That's how illusions find me, familiar and dangerously soft. You called my name that day with that one word. I became someone to you. That was the beginning, but now it must end. after your shadow slipped past a window you never touched. I stopped, pulled my phone from my pocket and silenced the alarm. It was the time you once set for me. Today my reflection smiled. I realized I could smile without thinking of you. It wasn't escape, it was acceptance. I had loved you, and now I let you go. That day you called my name, and I began to exist, not just as me, but as yours. But today I say my name again, quietly as my own. Where you once were, there is now only space, and in facing that I find peace. So I release you with gratitude to the one who once called my name.
You were sitting in front of me, and I was holding my coffee cup, searching for words. The light inside the cup trembled slightly, and under the table your knees moved quietly. It was me who chose not to speak. You didn't ask and I prepared no answer. The coffee barely touched our lips, then cooled, just like us, saying nothing at all. Until the coffee cooled, we were together, but shared nothing, not a word, not a glance, not even the same silence. You looked out the window, and I pretended to look at you. You left a sip untouched. An unfinished cup says more than an empty one. That's how we began to quietly fall out of step. Even now, whenever I walk past that day, I still see the cafe lights turned on. Only the color of the bulbs has changed, but the air inside feels like it hasn't cooled. Was it me who stayed warm, or was it you? While the coffee cooled, we tried not to, but in the end we burned out harder. The clink of a spoon, the hush of a breath, they stayed there longer than words ever could. The cafe is gone now, the cup too, but I still carry that hour like warm porcelain in my chest. The coffee cooled, and so did we, each other.
juniper tree. The shade was just a step too short that afternoon. You slowly began to speak, and I closed my eyes. Sunlight touched my toes before it reached my face. That silent air from that day slipped through the cafe window this afternoon. Steam rose gently from the warm coffee, and on the table a receipt I had carelessly left from yesterday. Words we never said remained unwritten on its back. Sunlight never explains, it reveals everything, it says nothing. Like your eyes that day, they said it all without a single sound. After you left, I stayed seated, unable to clean up anything. The curtain barely swayed by the window, and my coffee cooled slowly for a while. I watched your fading silhouette reflected on the surface of the cup, then quietly closed my eyes again. People choose silence, not when they fold their hearts, but when they try to open them. I remember the things you didn't say, more than the ones you did. That was not sunlight, it was shadow. To close my eyes was not to forget, but to bring back a scene from memory. Right now I am living that afternoon again. What sunlight couldn't say, I'm singing instead. Today at 2:30 in the afternoon, I closed my eyes in this same place. Sunlight walked quietly across the floor. You weren't here, but you were. There was no shadow. But just like that day, I was still closing my eyes toward you.
I step off the train onto a foreign street, walking along the riverside you once called beautiful. Sunlight dances over the rippling waves, and back then you said this river is dazzling. A narrow alley, red brick walls adorned with ivy. Back then you sat by the window sipping your coffee, saying how cozy this place felt. Even now I can still see your smile so vividly. Back then you listened to the sound of a distant guitar and whispered, the music of this street is like the wind. Back then you turned away with a bittersweet wave and glanced back over your shoulder more than once. A foreign street, a familiar heart, your words still linger in these alleyways. I keep walking as if we were walking together again. Back then you kept speaking, saying something, saying everything. Where have the words fish leaping through the air. Back then you said its shimmering scales look like stardust. I smiled and nodded at your words, but only now do I truly understand what you meant. A wooden bench along the roadside, a strangely familiar scene. Back then you said, let's sit here and rest for a while. Now I sit in that same spot, breathing deeply, trying to remember you. Saying something, saying everything. Ah, where have the words I once heard gone? A foreign street, a familiar heart. Your words still linger in these alleyways. I walk just like I did back then, as if you were still beside me. Back then you kept speaking, saying something, saying everything. Speaking, saying something, saying everything. Ah, where have the words I once heard gone? Ah, where have all the words you spilled gone? Ah, where have they all gone? I was going to leave early, really I was. But the moment I saw the sunset, my footsteps wouldn't move. I just couldn't walk away from this place. Under the sky, burning in hues of gold, the quiet street softly glows. Sunlight ripples over the flowing river, and suddenly I find myself frozen in time. That bench, the one you loved, sitting here, it feels like you're still near. Your silhouette waiting for me back then. Somewhere in this fading light, I still see you. A day drenched in sunset at the edge of another day. I still think of you as if you're here. I was meant to leave, but I just couldn't. So I surrender myself to this sunset. Time slowly drifts by, street lights start flickering one by one. A gentle breeze whispers in my ear, tarry here just a little longer. I took one step forward, I turned back and sat on that bench again. In this unfamiliar street, with a heart that knows it all. Tonight I'll stay right here where we once were. A day drenched in sunset at the edge of another day. I still think of you as if you're here. I was meant to leave, but I just couldn't. So I surrender myself to this sunset. Perhaps I'll stay until the night takes over. Perhaps by morning everything will change. Maybe Maybe this street, maybe this heart will shift with the first light of dawn. A day drenched in sunset at the edge of another day. I still think of you as if you're here. I was meant to leave, but I just couldn't. So I surrender myself to this sunset. I take a deep breath, and tonight in this place I hold you once more.
A quiet room, moonlight slipping through the window, casting soft shadows on the walls. A half-empty glass of wine rests on the table, while a familiar melody hums from the radio. Memories of the day slowly dissolve, drifting within the gentle notes. In this silent hour, with no one around, I softly whisper to myself. A silent night, a flowing melody, notes that tremble deep within my heart. At the end of a weary day, for just this moment, I let go of everything and sink into the sound. The curtain sways slightly with the night breeze as time moves slowly deep into the night, like pressing a piano key with delicate care. My emotions awaken one by one, faded memories and distant days seep into the rhythm, flowing endlessly. With my eyes closed, they grow clearer. Long forgotten dreams, emotions once buried. A silent night, a flowing melody, notes that tremble deep within my heart. At the end of a weary day, for just this moment, I let go of everything and sink into the sound. Perhaps by morning this moment will fade, these fragments of the night, these fleeting emotions. But for now, just for now, the music holds me in its warm embrace. As the music flows through the night, I close my eyes and let myself drift away. Back then, it hurt more than I can now explain. Words collided, hands let go too soon. and we were far too tired to keep hating each other. Looking back, everything fell apart, but it was love, and it was the end. Time passed, and I began thinking less about why you left, and more about how I kept going. All the sharp words, your cold eyes now feel gentle, as if softened by the distance. I sing that song again, not with the pretty words, but with the trembling I still remember. I don't sing because it was beautiful, I sing because it happened. We weren't perfect, but now it all feels beautiful. In the photo, we were smiling, it was a lie. But now I can hold even that lie with a tender hand. We meant it once, and now on separate roads, welcoming different seasons. I accept that with quiet joy. Eventually becomes tenderness, hate and love fold into something radiant. If only from far away, and in that light I sing again, alone but not lonely. I sing that song again, even if you don't hear it, even if the memory blurs. The singing itself keeps me alive, a final line that lets me return to myself. Everything that passed now glows quietly inside me. Wounds became patterns, and the nameless song has found my voice. Now as myself, I sing it again. Standing at the crosswalk, waiting for the light to change. People rush past, their footsteps merging into one. I lift my head for just a moment between towering buildings. Sunlight gently spills through that moment. A quiet smile crosses my lips. Perhaps today will feel a little lighter. In the midst of these breathless moments, the sky has always been there watching over me. The sky was always there, yet I never really saw it. Why am I only noticing it now? As I take a deep breath crossing the street, the sky embraces me, filling my lungs with its presence. A moment to look at the sky, letting go of the weight I've been carrying through the rush of life, through the dulling of feelings. It gives me space to breathe, just for a while. A moment to look at the sky, letting the clouds drift just as they by the window, placing my coffee down, closing my book, I gaze at the evening sky, bathed in the golden hues of the setting sun. If I take in this light, will I grow a little deeper? Then the wind softly brushes against my shoulders, and I wonder if it could carry away today's regrets. Everything changes, everything moves on, yet the sky, steady and unwavering, remains the same. When night falls, the stars begin to rise, and the sky shows me a different face. Perhaps one of those countless stars has always been watching over me. A moment to look at the sky, letting go of the weight I've been carrying through the rush of life, through the dulling of feelings. It gives me space to breathe, just for a while. A moment to look at the sky, letting the clouds drift just as they are. Memories that have passed, struggles of today, and the unknown tomorrow. I let them all flow, I let them all flow. The past, the present, and the unknown tomorrow. And quietly I start walking again.
I gaze at my reflection in the window, a familiar face that suddenly feels distant. Time moves forward, they always say, yet I stand here frozen in the past. Footsteps echo through familiar streets, people passing by lost in their own worlds. Once I was walking with someone beside me, but now it feels like I'm drifting alone. They said time never stops, then why am I still lingering in the same place? Yesterday, today, and tomorrow all seem to blur into one single moment. Between the cracks of time, am I still walking through that same day? Paused yet flowing, flowing yet paused. Have I trapped myself in this endless space? Between the cracks of time, I'm still holding yesterday while living today. Memories fade, emotions grow distant, and somewhere within I lost my way. A cup of coffee left untouched, time dissolves into the steam, disappearing between the swaying curtains. Yesterday's shadows still watch over me. What excuse do I have now? Am I still waiting for you here? Or is it time to finally leave? My feet hesitate on the threshold, but time moves on, leaving me behind. And then suddenly I realize it was never time that stopped, it was me. Now I must truly move forward, carrying the longing, yet stepping beyond it. Between the cracks of time, I must go now, I must truly leave. Unlocking the door that's been closed too long, taking a step, then another towards something new. Between the cracks of time, I too must travel far at last, leaving the faded memories as they are. I must push forward to find my own path. I stand open the window, and with a quiet hum, I take one step, then another, moving forward. I walk through the day again, brushing past countless faces, sometimes weary, sometimes smiling, sometimes standing still, just gazing at the sky. The evening glow slowly seeps in, the streets quietly light up one by one. Today fades just like this, yet tomorrow another day will be waiting. It's okay to struggle a little, not every day can shine the same, but if small happiness stays beside me, noticing it is all up to me. Like today, again tomorrow, may these simple moments embrace me. The morning sun knocks on my window, a cup of coffee and warm greetings follow. Like today, again tomorrow, may the gentle wind caress my heart. Though some days may be lonely or hard, I'll still carry myself forward. A familiar melody drifts from a street corner. A quiet hand flips the pages of a book by a cafe window. Under the lamplight along a quiet alley, I softly reflect on my day among the people, or sometimes alone. Each of us is living our own stories, and so, step by step, we keep walking towards tomorrow. Not every moment can be special, but that doesn't mean they are meaningless. Just living through today as it is might be beautiful enough. Like today, again tomorrow, may a gentle smile embrace me. The morning sun knocks on my window, and as night falls, may I rest with peace. Life be beautiful enough. Like today, again tomorrow, may the warm wind hold my shoulders. Though I may waver, though I may ache, I'll keep carrying myself forward. Good night, world. Good night, my friends. To everyone I met and crossed paths with today, good night, sleep well. Good night. Sitting by the window, gently parting the curtain. The world below looks the same as yesterday. People passing by like scattered dots along the alley. An old couple seated quietly on a bench across the street. Like ripples swirling in my coffee cup, my heart moves gently just like them. Someday I too will walk that road, but for now I only watch from here. The world beyond my window, steps moving near and far, drifting among the passing faces. in my quiet little room. When the rain falls, droplets gather on the glass. Beyond them, the city lights blur and fade. A couple whispering beneath the shared umbrella. Yet inside my room, silence lingers still. I take a sip of coffee, warm filling my chest. Familiar scents wrapping around this space. Like the scenes outside my window drifting by, I wonder what is it that I am searching for. The world beyond my window, steps moving near and far, drifting among the passing faces, searching for myself. Though it seems like time is standing still, the hours flow by as I sit in my quiet little room. Perhaps I want to stay here forever, or maybe I'm waiting for the day I finally step out. Closing the window, I pause and wonder, does the world I watch ever look back at me? The world beyond my window, unchanged yet somehow different, as my heart shifts little by little in its quiet transformation. If I open the window, a new breeze will sweep in, and even this small room will welcome the scent of spring. I still sit quietly, watching the world beyond, and once again I simply watch.
Sitting on a quiet park bench, watching people slowly passing by. From afar, a couple's phone plays a tune, a melody so familiar yet distant in time. That song, the one only I remembered, but I couldn't recall when or with whom I had heard it. Then suddenly, as if by fate, it found me again, stirring something deep inside. I thought I had long forgotten, told myself it didn't matter anymore. But a single note from that song took me back, back to those days I left behind. A song I heard by chance, pulling me into a faded page of time. Before I knew it, I was humming along, drifting back to the moments we thought would never end. That day we walked down a tree-lined street, the sunset melting into the golden leaves. As if it were meant to be, we stopped together, waiting in silence until the song had played its last note. Back then I never thought it would be the last song we'd share, but now here it is again, still lingering inside me, still playing in my heart. A song I heard by chance, pulling me into a faded page of time. Before I knew it, I was humming along, drifting back to the moments we thought would never end. Someday, if you hear this song again, will you stop and think of me just like I do now? Like that day when we stood still, holding hands, afraid to let go. Sitting on a quiet park bench, watching people slowly passing by. Then suddenly, as if by fate, I hear our song again.
The day I first met you, it was last spring on a rainy day, amidst people running with umbrellas. You quietly approached and held one out for me. Dim streetlights reflected on the wet pavement. You brushed back your damp hair and smiled at me. With a shy smile, your white hand offered the umbrella. And in that moment, the world seemed to pause. Do you still remember that day, that spring rain, the endless thrill soaking through us? You and I, our first meeting, the tremble, that joy. The day I first met you, the whole world was drenched in rain. Under the umbrella we blossomed together. Even the raindrops seemed to bless us. The day I first met you, a precious gift I'll treasure forever. The scent of that day, the warmth of that day, it all felt like magic meant just for us. In the cafe, soft music played. With small hands you wrote something on the foggy window. Let's stay together forever. Your innocent letters, like a child's wish. And in that moment I knew that our love would remain the same even in the distant future. The emotions of the day I first met you, still here now and forevermore. The day I first met you, the whole world was drenched in rain. Under the umbrella we blossomed together. Even the raindrops seemed to bless us. The day I first met you, a precious gift I'll treasure forever. The scent of that day, the warmth of that day, it all felt like magic meant just for us. If that day had never happened, would we still be here together? Like fate in the midst of the spring rain, at last we found each other. The day I met you, it was the day my world began anew. Walking toward me through the rain, from that moment I belong to you. The day I met you, the first page forever imprinted in my heart. The final page of our story will always be written together. The day I met you, it was the day everything began. And here we are, still so happy. And here we are, still in love. I walk slowly along the forest path. Birds chirp and a squirrel hides away. like the dry leaves crunching under my feet. Memories of the past quietly awaken. Some faces are clear, some fade like mist. Friends I cherished, love that once bloomed, fleeting moments back then. It all felt eternal. Now it drifts away, dissolving like morning fog. A path through memories, my heart drifts along, carried by the breeze, scattered through time. They've all left, they've all disappeared, yet within me they still remain, like the floating clouds. Quiet stream flows, tracing its own way. Golden sunlight dances gently on the water's face. I sit on a rock and gaze at the distant mountaintop. Clouds linger there, and I once thought I stood that high. It was an illusion, drifting far. I once resented time that wouldn't stop. Now I let it flow, no longer resisting. Like the water, like the wind, simply a part of nature. Through memories, my heart drifts along, carried by the breeze, scattered through time. They've all left, they've all disappeared, yet within me they still remain, like the floating clouds. If I could return to those days, would I walk more slowly, love more deeply? No, let it be. I'll embrace this moment. For this wind, this path, they belong to me. I walk quietly along the path, gazing toward the endless sky ahead. They've all left, they've all disappeared, yet within me, traces of them still remain. And so, I let them go. Time has quietly passed by, yet in the old photos we're still smiling the same. Back then, we believed everything would last forever. Took each other's days for granted without a second thought. Walking down familiar alleyways, laughing until our sides ached at silly little jokes. Now those moments are blurred, like whispers in the wind. But today, for some reason, they feel clearer than ever. Do you ever think of me, even just sometimes? The wind of that day, the warmth of that time. They say everything fades with time, but maybe the things we bury inside only grow clearer. The us back then, the me now, walking different paths, yet still I remember I standing now? I told myself I'd move on, that I'd be fine. But sometimes when I walk these streets, I feel as if you are still right there beside me. On a quiet evening, I see my reflection in the cafe window, unfamiliar and distant. And suddenly our last moment comes rushing back. The silence we held, the words we never said. Just sometimes, the wind of that day, the warmth of that time. They say everything fades with time, but maybe the things we bury inside only grow clearer. The us back then, the me now, walking different paths, yet still I remember frozen in time, echoes of the past still lingering within me like clouds in the sky. There's no way back to what we once were. We've both changed far too much, but in that time, in that place, we existed, and that alone was enough to paint our story. The us back then, the me nows, living under the same sky but in different worlds. Perhaps like me, you too have days when you suddenly remember all.
I sit by the window as the rain falls, tracing your face with my fingertips, drawing your eyes, like sketching your lips. And for a moment you feel so close, but the raindrops blur the lines. My trembling fingers hesitate. I erase your eyes, I erase your lips, and in the end I erase you once again. All that remains are faded memories, a name lingering at my fingertips. I thought I had erased you completely, but on rainy days you're still a misty presence. A scribble on a rainy day, drawing you, erasing you, drawing you again. My heart dissolves like the raindrops on glass, but what I can never erase is my longing for you. A crumpled paper lies on my desk, your name written and rewritten over and over. Beyond the window, the blurry streets, the road you once walked. I stare and stare, lost in thought. There's no trace of you left behind, nowhere, not a single sign. Yet somehow, so vividly, you remain deep inside my heart. A scribble on a forget you someday? Will the scribble fade away? No, even then I'll still be drawing you, erasing you, drawing you, erasing you, over and over again. Try erasing, try erasing you and me. Try erasing, try erasing you and me. Try erasing, drawing.
The world I dreamed of as a child, the stars that sparkled beyond the window. It felt like I could reach them, so I ran and ran again. A melody calling from afar, a voice that whispered my name so close I could almost hear it. Yet with every step it slipped away. Still I reached out my hand, even if I couldn't touch, even if I couldn't hold, believing that someday I would, like yesterday. Today I reach out once more, a dream within reach, distant but near, near yet far. Though now it's blurred, it hasn't faded, it still lingers deep inside of me. Walking down the street, a memory resurfaces, that small wish from long ago. Though I've grown older, it remains, still resting in a corner of my heart. Once I turned away without regret, but looking back now, I realize those moments were the happiest of all. And maybe it's not too late to dream again. Still I reached out my hand, even if I couldn't touch, even if I couldn't hold, believing that someday I would, like yesterday. Today I reach out once more, a dream within reach, distant but near, near yet far. Though now it's blurred, it hasn't faded, it still lingers deep inside of me. There were times I hesitated, afraid that I might never grasp it. But dreams don't drift away, we just take slow steps toward them. A dream within reach, if I step a little closer I might finally hold it. Even in the dimmest light I won't lose my way. Today once again I walk towards you, a dream within reach, a dream where I can almost touch you. Turning the narrow alley past the familiar corner, a small bakery I always passed, filled with the scent of warm bread. Across the street, under the old lamppost, you sat on the red bench reading, waiting for me. Sometimes I stop in my tracks, silently staring at the place we once sat together. The bench remains, the street unchanged. But time moves forward, and so do I, yet I linger. Would you ever pass by here again? Do our footprints still linger in this place? Through the bakery's glass window, like that fleeting moment when our eyes once met. Turning the narrow alley, memories hold me still, refusing to let go. I thought I had left, but I realize I'm still circling back to this place. Turning the narrow alley, my steps grow slower, more hesitant. I thought it had faded, but some things never leave, like the echoes of us still whispering in my mind. The old wall behind the bench, still covered in scribbled messages from strangers. We once left our names there too, etching our fleeting moment in small secret letters, passing through unfamiliar faces. For a second I wonder if one might be you, but reality settles in, I know the truth. The past is gone, and you are no longer here. Would you ever pass by here again? Do our footprints still linger in this place? Through the bakery's glass window, like that fleeting moment when our eyes once met. Turning the narrow alley, memories hold me still, refusing to let go. I thought I had left, but I realized I'm still circling back to this place. Turning the narrow alley, my steps grow slower, more hesitant. I thought it had faded, but some things never leave, like the echoes of us still whispering in my mind. One day when I walk this path again, what kind of person will I have become? Will I still feel the same longing, or will I finally just walk by undisturbed? Turning the narrow alley, unfamiliar yet still so familiar. The past versions of us are gone, but I take a step forward, following my own path. The wind blows fading footsteps, then I take one step, then another. Turning the narrow alley, walking forward, a single flower petal gently falls onto the empty bench.
Turning the final page, I quietly close the book. Between the lingering words, echoes of emotion stretch endlessly. Sunlight scatters beyond